Hello, everybody. It's Jennifer Lewis, and I want to thank you all for giving your time to help the Move On organization to reach out to voters. Okay? It is crucial that we all come together and protect our voting rights, Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and everything else they're trying to take away from us. It's time. It is time to vote out this dangerous administration. So go out. Go out and fight. Fight for the next generation. And know that I am giving you all a standing ovation. And remember my song. I don't care who you are or where you work. Ha! Get out and vote. This ain't the election to sit home and lurk. Get yours out and vote. You know what I'm saying. Get out and vote. Here we go. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. And once again, to all you volunteers, thank you for your service.
Hi, everyone. I'm Don Lemon, and I want to thank Move On for having me tonight. I wish I could be there with you in person, but I am grateful to be able to join you this way. You know, I've spent my career asking questions, reporting facts, holding powerful people accountable. My job has never been to tell people what political party to belong to or what to think. My job has been to shine a light and help people see clearly. But I've also learned something over the years, that democracy is not a spectator sport. Never has been. People are frustrated right now, and I hear it everywhere I go. People are tired of feeling like that they are working harder and they're getting less. They're trying to pay rent. They're trying to buy groceries, trying to fill up the tank, take care of their families. And they want answers to a simple question, that is, who is fighting for ordinary people, the average citizen? Earlier this year, as you may have heard, I was arrested and hit with federal charges for doing my job, showing up, asking questions, and reporting what I saw. And I remember thinking, if this can happen to me, what message is that supposed to send to everybody else? Because it was never about me. It's about whether people begin to feel afraid to speak up, afraid to challenge power, afraid to ask questions. And history teaches us that progress never comes from silence. It comes from people deciding to show up. And that's why I think this moment matters so much. This election season cannot just be about what people are against. People need reasons to believe in something too. They need reasons to believe their participation matters and that the future can look different from the present. They want leaders that they can trust, They want meaningful change. They want a government that makes life better and more affordable for working people. And I've watched something else change in real time. And that's the way people get information. People are looking for voices they trust. They want authenticity. They want people who talk with them, not at them, with them, not at them. And I made that shift myself, reaching millions of people every day across YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, podcast, Substack, and beyond, because people are hungry for connection and for truth. So tonight, I want to ask you not to leave here feeling inspired and stop there. Take action, volunteer, organize, join MoveOn's work, and if it speaks to you, talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends and family, help people participate, and use your voice. You don't need a television studio. You don't need a press credential. You do not need millions of followers. You already have a platform, so use it. And thank you for being here.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Chris Percy, and on behalf of Move On, welcome to the How We Win MoveOn's 2026 election program national live stream. A huge thank you to our amazing friends Don Lemon and the legendary Jennifer Lewis. So please take some time now. Please light up the chat and show them some love. Tonight, we're sharing our plan to win big in November and how you can jump in right now. And because dessert comes first in my heart, head to moveon.org/take action to sign up right now for our election program and get involved today. We've got a powerful program ahead featuring Minnesota Lieutenant Governor and U.S. Senate candidate Peggy Flanagan, former Missouri Congresswoman and candidate Cori Bush, New York 10th District candidate Brand Lander, Michigan's 7th District candidate William Lawrence, and Michigan U.S. Senate candidate Dr. Abdul El-Sayed. You'll hear from Move On staff members and members from around the country about what we're doing and how you can take action starting today. But first, let me hand it over to our fearless leader and executive director, Katie Bethel, to kick us off. Hey, Katie.
Hey, Chris. Boy, you are such a ray of sunshine. And what we need right now is so many rays of sunshine, especially for folks who are following the news. We're here today, of course, to talk about how we're going to win back Congress this year. And all you have to do is look at the news to understand why. Republicans in Congress are letting Trump break the law left and right. The war with Iran is flaring back up today, putting people at risk and driving up costs at home, especially at gas stations. I don't have to tell you how expensive gas is becoming right now. And while Republicans are doing nothing to solve those problems, they are laser focused on cutting our health care and building ballrooms in the White House and gutting voting rights. And new news today that just blows my mind. They're working to put Trump's face on a $250 bill. We clearly need to elect a Congress that's going to stop all of this nonsense. So in November, we don't just need to win. We need to win big. Trump and the Republicans are going to use every gerrymandering trick. They're going to try to tell folks that their votes don't count. And when that doesn't work, they're going to lie about losing. And the best way to safeguard our elections against their attacks is a big, unquestionable mandate for change. Luckily, our members, I see our members out there in the world. Hello, hello. You are here because you know that our members know how to win elections. In 2018, we used high-tech analytics and storytellers to push through a blue wave that helped to rein in Trump in his first administration. We pioneered large-scale peer-to-peer texting, sending 35 million texts in 2018 and 155 million in 2020. In 2022, we raised over $1.5 million for Black women candidates. And in 2024, our ads were seen 84 million times. We don't just work in big election years, even just in the last year, in response to the unprecedented gerrymandering efforts by Republicans, our volunteers phone banked and rallied other MoveOn members to vote for redistricting in California and in Virginia. MoveOn members are so powerful. You funded this work. You did the work that it takes to win. And together this year, we're going to do it again. Members are the engine that powers MoveOn's impact. And here is how we're going to be crucial to winning the House by a landslide this year. Okay, so part one is really, really straightforward. We're going to show up for our champions. Go to moveon.org/takeaction to sign up for virtual phone banks and in-person volunteering with our endorsed candidates, where you can make an impact and have fun doing it. Anybody who has gone down to your candidate's local office to volunteer knows that it is a fun day. We're going to throw a party. We're going to have a great time. The best part about volunteering with MoveOn is that you get to do it with this community. Part two. We need to ensure that every MoveOn member votes. You're going to hear tonight how our members are the margin of victory in some of the most important districts to win this year. When a MoveOn member asks another MoveOn member to vote, we listen and we turn out, and that's going to deliver a win. And the third part of the work is to keep showing up even after November. We have to make sure that the election results are certified, that the winners are sworn into office, that we have a peaceful transfer of power. And once our champions are in office, we need to show up to help them stand up to this corrupt administration and help them keep fighting to make life more affordable. What makes MoveOn special is that we're not a political party. We're a movement that drives for change year-round. Today, all of you are going to hear from some incredible guests, including MoveOn endorsed candidates for the House and Senate. MoveOn members voted to endorse their candidacy because these leaders demonstrate the fighting posture and commitment to prioritizing affordability that we need right now and that we know will win. Our endorsements are supported by member votes. That's you. That's us. We voted to support them, and we need to fight for them so they can fight for us. We know that this election won't solve everything, but it is the most significant opportunity we have to stop the harms of this runaway train wreck of an administration. And we have to remember that the Trump strategy is to overwhelm us and to make everyone around us feel powerless. We have to make that backfire. Every time you see news that makes you angry, that makes you want to give up, instead of doing that, I want you to call a friend and ask them to go to moveon.org/takeaction to volunteer with you and support these candidates that you're going to see tonight and all of our endorsed candidates across the country. Together, I know we can win. Thank you again for being a part of this community. It is a privilege to be a MoveOn member alongside you all. And I'll hand it back to you, Chris.
Thank you so much, Katie. Thank you not only for your leadership, but for sharing the vision giving some historical context. Sometimes people forget the work that they've done. So thanks for reminding our members the things that they've done over the years and giving encouragement for this moment. So thank you for everything that you do, Katie. Appreciate you. You may be wondering what our strategy actually is and how we intend to win. I am honored now to be joined by some of the most talented colleagues anywhere. Please join me in welcoming MoveOn's Political Director, Mohammed Khan, Deputy Political Director, William Joel Bravo, and Strategic Initiatives Director, Emma Einhorn, to share our strategy and how you can see yourself in this work that we are going to do to flip the House away from Republican control, make notable gains in the Senate, and minimize the influence of moderate corporate Democrats in Congress. So take it away, Emma.
Thanks so much, Chris. Thanks so much, Katie, and for everyone joining tonight. As Katie said, we are going to win the House by the biggest possible margin, and we want to do it by electing champions who are going to deliver the real change that we need. But war hawks, people who are promoting and benefiting from war, are spending millions of dollars trying to buy our elections for moderates. Primary elections happen before November and determine who's going to appear on the ballot for each party. And these war hawks and war profiteers are trying to make sure that pro-peace candidates lose their primaries and never make it onto our ballots in November. But when people find out who they are and why they're spending this money, their strategy immediately backfires because money doesn't vote. We, the people, are the voters, and we determine who's going to win. So we've beaten them in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, and we are going to continue on this run. And that's why we need you to volunteer now, because these primaries are happening in June and August, and we can't wait until November. So if you live in battleground districts, we're going to go show up together for our champions and tailgate outside their offices before going inside to volunteer. This gives everyone a chance to connect, get some cool MoveOn swag, and then show up as a visible force so the campaigns know that progressives are fueling their victory. Or you can volunteer online and you can join fellow members in calling our fellow MoveOn members and reminding them that their vote has power and motivating them to turn out this year. These are people who believe in lowering prices, in holding Trump and his cronies accountable. They are with us, and they just need to know that the Democrats we're campaigning for will fight for us and deliver the transformational change that we need, not bring us back to the status quo. And these member-to-member phone banks, they work. We have double the contact rate as doing cold calls. Or if neither of those work for you, join to adopt a district. You can support fellow members behind the scenes by supporting tailgate hosts from the comfort of your own home. All of these options are at moveon.org/take action, and we need to do them now for these primaries in June and August. So I hope you'll join me there. And with that, I'll hand it to Mohammed to talk about our strategy.
Great. Thank you so much, Emma. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. So as Katie and Emma mentioned, we already know how important our MoveOn volunteers are. You all are truly the backbone of our movement. And the good news is we've already built a community of 20,000 volunteers since Trump got reelected. And we're just getting started as we head into this midterm election cycle. But here's an even more interesting fact. Because MoveOn is such a big community of millions of folks in every congressional district across the country, that means that we have all kinds of MoveOn members. We have folks who sign every petition, volunteer in every election, folks who always vote early. And we also have some MoveOn members who skipped voting in the last election. So these skippers are the folks who we need to bring back into the fold in order to build a winning coalition. And in many places, those folks coming out and voting this year could be the margin of victory between winning and losing some key congressional seats. So what does that mean? It means that the most powerful voter is already a MoveOn member. So if we all work together and make sure every MoveOn member votes this year, we can win back the House, and we can also win it with champions who will actually show up for us. And who are the best people to get MoveOn members to vote? It's other MoveOn members. You all know how to talk about the issues that are impacting voters because you're also living with them every single day. You know, the affordability crisis is impacting all of us. We've seen prices for everything go up under this administration, from groceries to gas to utilities to healthcare. And we know that this administration doesn't care about working people, so it's up to us to make the changes that we need by talking to our friends and neighbors and making sure we elect candidates who will actually fight for us. So that's how we're going to win this year with Move On members, talking to other Move On members about the issues impacting all of us, encouraging them to get out and vote for Democratic champions who are actually going to take action to address the cost of living crisis and hold this administration accountable. So we talked about why we need to win, how we're going to win, and now I'm going to pass it to Joelle to tell us where we're going to win.
Thank you, Mohammed. Look, whether you're tuning in from California or the Carolinas, we're going to show up to this work from coast to coast. You've heard Emma, you've heard Katie say it, you've heard Mohammed say it. Winning isn't enough. We need to win by a landslide. Across 27 congressional districts and 7 Senate seats, Move On members will charge forward to dismantle the authoritarian playbook and elect leaders that will actually answer to your agenda. We need every hand on deck. It doesn't matter if you live in a priority district or miles away from one. We just need you to come help us to flip the House and take a swing for the Senate. And look, winning requires more than just hope. And God knows I have a lot of it. It requires us at the doors, on the phones, and putting our dollars behind this program and our candidates. Let's be honest. We know that trust in institutions is at an all-time low. And while Trump has a record low approval, we have to also acknowledge that the Democratic Party is facing its own crisis of trust. People are tired of the talk. They want a party that actually shows up. That is why Move On is different. We're clear-eyed about the stakes and are surgical about our strategy. We make this impactful, and yes, as you'll hear from our star volunteer, Miss Evelyn later on, we also make it fun. Our vision doesn't end on election night. Because Move On sits at the intersection of elections and issues, we don't just elect champions to Congress, we also hold them accountable. We push both Republicans and Democrats to deliver once that new Congress is sworn in. That's why even skippers, the folks that didn't turn out last cycle, have found a home with us, because they believe in the power of our collective action. In races decided by a few hundred votes, your support will be the margin of victory. Together, we're going to reclaim our future by winning big. That's why I'm excited that in the next panel, you'll hear from our incredible endorsed candidates. You'll hear exactly why your support is incredible and what that support means to them. If you're fired up, I want you to take your phone out right now and text moveon.org/take-action to 3 friends. Let's get these champions through the primary. Let's take back the House and ensure that come November, we have a real check on the Trump administration.
All right, thank you. First of all, I got to match William Joel's energy because he brought it. Thank you so much, William Joel, Muhammad, and Emma, for sharing with our community what we are doing, and more importantly, how they can get involved right now. So if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, yeah, I want to be involved. Okay, if you're in, go right now to moveon.org/take action to volunteer. We are giving you tangible, real things right now. So, our next guests are some of the country's leading change makers, and all of them Move On endorsed candidates for Congress. So, let's hop right on into it. First, please welcome Brad Lander, who is currently challenging the incumbent for New York 10th congressional district in this primary. His progressive platform focuses on affordable housing, labor rights, and economic policy rooted in his background in urban planning. It's no wonder NYC Mayor Mamdani endorsed him. Please welcome Brad. Hey, Brad, how you doing? Good to see you.
Great to see you. I'm coming to you live from what's called Manhattanhenge, when the sun sets across 14th Street and other streets in Manhattan, and all our neighbors were out here. Thank you, Move On. It is an honor to be on with you. I mean, look, we're living at a time, we got a fascist in the White House. We got rogue ICE agents abducting our neighbors in our streets. We got billionaires trying to buy our elections, but neighbors showing up for each other is how we fight back. And that's what we're doing here on the Lower East Side and in Brooklyn. And that's what Move On's been about for 25 years. And it's my honor to be fighting alongside you.
Thank you so much. Good to have you with us tonight. Our next panelist is no stranger to the Move On community. Cori Bush is a nurse and activist and is running to reclaim her seat in this 2026 primary. The squad member remains a leading voice for Medicare for All, the Green New Deal, and systematic criminal justice reform. Please welcome everybody. Cori Bush. Hey, Cori, how you doing? Good to see you. And our final panelist this evening will be William Lawrence. William is running to flip Michigan's 7th Congressional District. William Lawrence is the co-founder of the Sunrise Movement, and we all know about that. A leader in tenant organizing, his campaign prioritizes bread and butter issues like housing affordability, healthcare, and climate justice. Thanks for being with us tonight, William. So glad to have you with us, and so glad to have all of you with us tonight. But because the time is of the essence, we're going to hop right on in. So, Cori, I'm going to start with you, if I may. You've earned endorsements from Move On before and from organizations like us. What does support from a people-powered organization like Move On mean to you as a candidate?
Well, thank you for the question. First, thank you for the endorsement again, because, you know, so many of us, this is how we win. This is how we organize because we aren't able to, first of all, we don't take money from these corporate PACs. We don't take money from these billionaires, and we don't want to. But being able to have the support of grassroots all over the country, nationally, being able to have the support of Move On because you have such a great name, because you have such a great reputation, but also because you know how to organize and do the work. So many times, because we aren't able to raise the funds that the candidates who take all the billionaire corporate dollars raise, we can't put together the same infrastructure. But so having groups like you that are able to look at us and say, look, I get it. You come from a working class background, or you come from, you come from activism or whatever it is, and you deserve, like, this is what the country deserves, is to have somebody in these seats that believe what we believe and are doing the work, but we understand that because of that, you're not going to be funded. So we're going to give you a machine. We're going to give you folks to hop on calls for you. When you might could only turn out 20, we could turn out 40. We're going to have people texting for you. So that really, really helps us to be able to then do the things on the ground that we need to do, while you also have people that you don't even know about that are making calls and helping to build that machine for you. Let me say, it makes the difference. It makes all the difference in these races. And so I hope, Move On members, I hope you all really understand how important you are to us, because sometimes it keeps candidates up at night just wondering how we'll how we'll get the numbers, how we'll get those phone calls in, when we will have the time. I'll say this. When I'm knocking doors, I'm like, I figured out a way to do call time and knock doors at the same time. So I have somebody on the phone, on the dialer, and while I'm going up to the doors, like, that's that I've figured out a way to do this, because we can't do it all. So that's why we need you all. And also, we have to find a way to even be able to pay. How do we keep our electric on? How do we, pay our rent and our bills, while we're running for office, while we have all of these other things to do? So having people like you all that are like, hey, we're going to lift the burden. We're going to help work this with you. You're not by yourself. And we're coming strong from all over the country, meaning that candidates like William, candidates like Brad, that we stand with you. We might not be in your city. We might not be directly represented by you, but we believe in you, and you are who we need in this work. And so we're going to come from around the country, and we want the country to know that we support. We want the country to know that it's not just your community backing you, that the country backs you. And so we need you all in this way.
I know that's right. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for highlighting sometimes what people don't see. They see you as a candidate, but you have so much that you have on your shoulders. So folks showing up like this every day really does add a level of capacities. Thank you so much for sharing that. Brad, I'm going to go to you now. You've worked really hard to put a spotlight on the need for affordable healthcare and housing. You're running against one of the most wealthy members of Congress. What's resonating with the people of your district in regards to the fight for affordability?
Yeah. I mean, people can see two things at the same time. They see that their own housing costs are skyrocketing. They don't think their kids will be able to buy a home in the neighborhood where they were raised. So the affordability crisis grows, but they see that the wealth is being generated. We have 10 times as many billionaires as we had 3 decades ago. And that's what gets people pissed off, and why sometimes some people become open to voting for a fascist because they didn't see government show up for them. So what do? You got to show that you really fight for people. And, tonight I'm on the Lower East Side, which was a place that affordable housing, programs were born. The first public housing is a couple of blocks from where I am. And we met in an affordable co-op. So this has been around for 50 years. And working class people are able to own co-ops in Manhattan, in this very, very expensive place. But that's a 50-year-old program because the federal government has not continued to provide the resources that people need. On Tuesday, Mayor Zohran Mamdani, who I was proud to cross-endorse in the mayor's race and whose support I'm proud to have in this one, launched a new housing plan designed to make housing affordable for working class New Yorkers. And we need more help from the federal government to do it. The last big federal housing program was developed basically in the Reagan era. And it's essentially a privatized finance program. It's a tax credit that goes to investors. And lots of the money flows to investors rather than into affordable housing. We need a new generation of affordable housing programs that help people be able to rent and buy homes in their communities. And of course, the other big cost, as you say, that people are experiencing is healthcare. And they can see that the insurance companies are the ones that are getting rich off this system, while doctors are getting, like our healthcare providers are getting screwed and patients are getting screwed. And so, yeah, we're going to get in there and fight for Medicare for all, to restore the Medicare and Medicaid cuts that Trump and MAGA made last year. And when people see us fighting for their housing and for their healthcare, then they have some renewed faith again. And they're willing to think, okay, these are folks I could support. These are people who are fighting for me. These are people who are delivering on the things that actually matter in my neighborhood. And so I'm not open to being told it's some immigrant's fault, it's some trans kid's fault, it's some Muslim or some Jews or some people of color's fault. Instead, my neighbors and I are electing people who go fight for the things that actually matter in our lives.
I know that's right. And it's so interesting. So many conversations that I have with my friends and my family is about how expensive things are. And so it really is front of mind for so many people. Thank you so much. William, you've co-founded a movement that has shaped the conversation around the climate crisis in this country and really the world. How are you using that spirit to charge a victory in the Democratic primary in what's considered a toss-up district?
Yeah, so I saw when I was working at Sunrise Movement on the Green New Deal and the Build Back Better agenda, how important it is to have unbought champion legislators in districts like this, in purple districts, swing districts, because when I was working up there, what I heard folks say in DC is, you know what, voters in swing districts, they don't want lower energy bills. They don't want to protect Michigan's water. What they want is more war, more billionaire tax breaks, and they want everything else to stay the same. I know that's a lie. It's a lie. But every day, corporate candidates on both sides of the aisle and the corporate lobbyists in DC, they use myths about voters and people in these kinds of districts, like the place where I grew up, to say no to common sense policies that help the working class while continuing to give more and more away to the already richest people in the country. So when I saw the opportunity arise to run in this district, which is where I was raised and where I know people from my whole life, I knew that I had to take this opportunity to represent the people that raised me and the people who are crying out for good housing, good health care, and an end to war around the world, because that's what people here in Michigan's 7th District want. You know, they're not crying out for another corporate-funded Democrat who is going to give away more money to the billionaires. I'm running against 2 candidates in this race in the primary who are funded by Silicon Valley and Wall Street. And, you know, the Republican, who we're all working to unseat, is funded by many of the same interests. And when I'm out there talking to swing voters, now that might be someone who previously voted for Trump, or it might be an 18-year-old who is wondering if they're going to vote at all or not for the very first time. The message is the same. It's to say, look, I don't feel well represented by the leadership of either of these parties. I feel like there's corruption all the way through DC, and there's way too much of it. And we got way too much billionaire money on both sides of the aisle. And that's why I'm here to represent the people of my hometown and this district. And that's how we're going to get it done. And that's a message that actually inspires those people who are the skippers that you talked about, and even some people who have been Trump voters to actually come out and vote for a progressive Democrat, because what they're looking for is somebody who is promising real change and is independent of the DC insiders and unbought by the corporate money.
I know that's right. Unbought. All right. So I have one final question I'm going to ask everybody on the panel, and this is a challenging one because you have to do it in one sentence. So I'm saying that now because you got to do it in one sentence. So Move On members will play a massive role in electing candidates like yourselves. Tonight, folks are tuned in across the country. What is your parting message to the Move On members who are watching us? And I will start with you, Brad.
We got a fascist in the White House, rogue ICE agents in our streets, and billionaires trying to buy our elections. But around here, neighbors showing up for each other is how we fight back and how we win.
I know that's right. William, same question to you.
I was taught as an organizer that power is about organized people and organized money. So with Move On members, chipping in your hours on the phones to reach voters and chipping in your dollars whenever you're able, I'm confident that we will win and flip this swing.
That's right. And finally, last but not least, Ms. Cori Bush, we'll end with you.
We have this opportunity right now to make change. So make change like your lives depend on it. Make change like your children are waiting for you. Make change like it's like the power is in your hands. Make change like it's the people who have the power.
I know that's right. Thank you so much, Brad Lander, William Lawrence, and Cori Bush for being here and sharing with our members and friends tonight. I know that folks at home are grateful to see real leaders like yourselves standing up at a time when we desperately need leaders who will govern for everybody, especially when folks are being squeezed by the cost of healthcare, housing, groceries, childcare, you name it. So I want to say again, thank you all for being with us tonight. And remember, folks, if you're looking for ways to make sure that we turn out this November and elect great candidates like Cori and William and Brad, you can go right now. I said you can go right now. I said you can go right now to moveon.org/take action to do what the name suggests. Take action. All right. So our next guest is one of our awesome members who did what you are doing right now. She looked for a way to make change and raised her hand to take action. Please help me welcome a volunteer I have had the privilege of not only working with, but bringing into this work with Move On back in 2018. We go back. And through the work she and other members did back then, we were able to take back the house. I am excited to reprise this role again with her. Please welcome in the chat, Miss Evelyn. Hey, Miss Evelyn.
Hey, Chris, and thank you so much. My mind went all the way back to the Blue Buffaloes.
Yes,
That's the name you
sweet.
gave us in 2018. And we
Yeah.
were rocking it because of you. And I so appreciate this. Yeah.
Oh, that is so sweet. That's right. We were the Blue Buffalo. Y'all will have to tune in for another live stream to hear more about that. But we were great. So I want to jump right on in, Miss Evelyn, because you have such expertise and you've been with us such a while. So this election cycle, Move On members will be out in target congressional districts, supporting our elected candidates by joining their organized events, as well as joining Move On members in organizing in their communities. Volunteering can be a little scary, but what's one thing you tell people about volunteering for the first time with Move On? What advice do you have?
I think we have to acknowledge our fears, but we can't hang out with our fears. They're going to subside. And I think Katie said it earlier, and that's a word that I really hang on to, is community. Move On is a community of people. It's completely friendly. we bring people in, and it's designed to walk with people. We don't just bring you in and say, get this done. We bring you in and have conversations about what needs to be done. We're a community, and remember that each person joins Move On also with their own skill sets, right? You come with your why. So don't give up your why because you're afraid something's going to happen. Work in the lane that you have. And remember that you come with a desire to make a change for people. Move On is a community of people. We uplift, we edify people. And remember, we are also change makers. We are part of history. We the people. So if we can keep that mindset of who we are, then volunteering is going to be easy to do. We don't allow our minds to be distracted by the noise around us. We don't get anything done effectively if we listen to the noise. So we remove the noise in community. We talk about the things that are most important in community. And also, I would say we need to set some boundaries so that you don't feel like you have to do everything that everybody else is doing. Know your areas of strength, work in your areas of strength. And I would also say Move On has fabulous trainings. If you are unsure about what you really need to do, attend some of those trainings, attend the monthly volunteer call, have a notepad. I'm a teacher, so always have a notepad and write down what's going on. Write down what you can do. What did you hear that you can take to your community and draw other people in? What did you hear that you can use to mobilize other folks to come on board with you? And just consider that it's all about community. And how will you be part of history making? And the last thing I will say is this. Most folks that are on this call probably have jobs already. And I would say when I started my teaching job, I didn't know everything. I went in as a learner, come as a learner. But the biggest piece of advice that I learned as an educator is start small and treat your commitment, no matter where you are in this space, other spaces, the same that you would do on your job. Be reliable, show up, participate, and be part of that community.
You know what, Miss Evelyn, it is clear that we should not have gotten you because you done made me happy. I'm trying to be professional because I'm at work, but every time I talk to Miss Evelyn, this is the feeling that I get. Thank you so much. We are just I just love Miss Evelyn. Please show Miss Evelyn some love in the chat because she is just the dopest of them all. And we are also going to infuse this important work with some fun. So this summer, you heard some talk about this earlier. We're introducing tailgate parties, okay? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's the pregame energy of a stadium parking lot, but for our volunteer events that benefit our endorsed candidates. You know, sometimes you need that community that Miss Evelyn was talking about, and you really get that in these types of events. But if you're somebody who's like, I don't really want to come out like that, you're more of a homebody, sometimes I feel that energy. You can take action from the comfort of your home. You can join us virtually for phone banks. We'll train you, provide you with a script, and you'll be calling key Move On members, including the skippers you've heard about upcoming elections and our endorsed candidates. So these are good calls. These are folks who are aligned. We just want to get them up and out, right? And Miss Evelyn, you could take volunteering to the next level, correct?
Can do that. I can do that.
Okay, so tell us about Adopt the District.
Well, first of all, this is a new initiative, and I love new initiatives. Move On has a number of them, and I'm thankful to be a part of this Adopt the District along with other team members too. But the thing I thought about when I was preparing to share this is that I want people to know that your zip code should not limit your impact. No matter, it's already been said, no matter where you live, if you don't live in one of those 6 districts, no worries. I'm in my bedroom right now. You can hang out and make a phone call in your kitchen if you want to. Just show up. Be willing to be part of history making. And this is a new initiative. I love the pioneer mentality. You're going to be a part of something that's new and fresh. And then you're going to look back and say, oh my goodness, I was part of that. I was part of that. I helped someone make a change. I helped someone go vote. I got someone to that tailgate party. So be part of that. And the thing of it is, there's a lot of easy responsibilities, but the thing that we need to keep in focus here is that you're not going to be doing this alone. This is not a solo initiative. You're going to be with a team of people. And if you are unsure about what to do, if you need help with something, no worries. We are there to help you. It's a team initiative. And I just want you to know that we can get this done. We can get this done. There's a place for everyone in this initiative. When you join, you got to be matched with one of the 6 target districts. You can choose where you want to be participate, or maybe it's one of your locations. We don't know. Just come prepared. I just want to say, the table's already set. The chairs are around the table. Come claim your table. Come claim your chair and be a part of this process.
Okay, come claim your chair. Somebody put that in the chat. Come claim your chair. Thank you so much, Miss Evelyn, for not just all that you do, but all that you teach, all that you give, all that you say, all that you impart, all that you prophesy, all that you like. You are such a light, and I have had the honor of working with you all these years, and I am so honored to still be working with you. So thank you so much, Miss Ellen, for all that you do and all the
Thank you
work that you
guys too.
give
Really
to
appreciate
us
it.
and so many. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, folks, y'all know you come claim your chair. That's all you got to do. Come claim your chair. That is the message for tonight. All right, our next guest tonight is Peggy Flanagan. Peggy Flanagan is Minnesota's lieutenant governor and is running for the U.S. Senate to potentially become its first Indigenous female member. Please show some love in the chat and welcome Lieutenant Governor Flanagan. Good evening, Lieutenant Governor. How are you?
Good evening. I'm doing so well, and I am ready to run through a wall for Miss Evelyn.
No, right?
So grateful, and I'm so grateful to be able to join you and tell you just a little bit about the Senate race and what we got going down in Minnesota. So Buju, Peggy Flanagan, and Dishnakaz, Gijuwebada Mukwe, and Go, Guabagag, and Ikagnan Jaba, Manganode. My name is Peggy Flanagan. My Ojibwe name or my native name is Speaks in a Loud and Clear Voice Women. I'm a member of the White Earth Nation, which is the largest tribe in Minnesota, and my family's the Wolf Clan. And the role of our clan is to ensure that we never leave anyone behind, which is why I am running for the United States Senate and why I feel so aligned with Move On and all your members. So I'm a kid who grew up on the margins. I'm a kid who carried a box of government commodity cheese under my arm like a football, home from the food shelf. Section 8 paid our rent. SNAP is what kept food on the table. And I'm alive today because of Medicaid. And so I am here not in spite of those investments, but because of them. And because of the Child Care Assistance Program, it allowed my mom to go back to school. She got her certificate in phlebotomy and became a professional vampire, as we like to say. And I remember her walking across the stage in her bright blue cap and gown to get her certificate at St. Kate's. And it felt like I was walking across that stage. And so, this is what I know. When we invest in people, when we value them, when we believe them, folks, right, can move up. And right now, what we are seeing in this country is a whole lot of folks at the top doing incredibly well. And, all of us being told that we have to fight for scraps. That day is over. And in 2026, we are coming with candidates who get it, who understand what it means to start $20 through the end of the month. And frankly, we need more of those leaders in Washington. We are poised to earn the DFL. Our DFL is the Democratic Farmer Labor Party here in Minnesota. That's our Democratic Party. We're going to win that endorsement on Saturday. We were going to win. We came in with 75% support of all the delegates, but my opponent, Congresswoman Angie Craig, decided just yesterday she's going to drop out of the endorsement and go to the primary. Fine by me, because we're going to win either way, because we are a people-powered campaign. We've been endorsed by 8 U.S. senators, including Minnesota's Senator Tina Smith, who currently holds a seat and is a strong progressive voice in the U.S. Senate. I've also been endorsed by national progressive groups like Jane Fonda Climate PAC, Indivisible, and Citizens United. And I'm the only candidate in this race who's not taking a dime of corporate PAC money. Just to be very clear, I'm not taking, big oil, big pharma, APAC, or crypto. That's my opponent, because I want to be beholden to Minnesotans and Minnesotans alone. Does that mean I have to hustle a little bit more? Yeah. But does it also mean that I can sleep at night? Absolutely. Because I think that voters are very clear right now, right? You can't say, I'm going to regulate cryptocurrency on one hand and then have your other hand outstretched for a check. People are smarter than that. And the last thing that I would just say is we've been through it in Minnesota. Whatever you saw on television, it was so much worse here. But what I hope you also know is that in the face of federal occupation of over 3,000 ICE agents in our streets, Minnesotans did not flinch. When you come for one of us, you come for all of us. And we are going to stand up for our neighbors, our immigrant neighbors. And what we demonstrated to the country is that we are not powerless in the face of Donald Trump. And in fact, we are people powered, and the future of this Democratic Party runs right through Minnesota. Because the choice right now is that folks get to decide what kind of fighter do you want? Do you want an institutional corporate Democrat, or do you want a progressive who's been throwing down for working families for 20 years here? So that's the choice. And I know that we need leaders who aren't going to praise ICE, who, my opponent was the only person who voted in favor of the Lake and Riley Act, the only Democrat here. That is what gave Trump the green light for all of the horror that we saw in our community. So we don't have to nibble around the edges anymore. We don't have to bend to Republicans. We don't have to govern by sternly worded letter. We just got to organize, and that is the work. So the beauty of this moment, and as Miss Evelyn said, and as Move On has been demonstrating for years and years and years, this is about 2026, but it's also about 2028 and 2030 and 2032, what we are building, but also about 2027 and how we are going to govern. That we're going to power map the heck out of Congress. We are going to be clear about our strong inside-outside game, and that we will not be beholden to these big corporations or these special interest groups because we know who got us here. So Move On members, thank you so much for everything that you have done and everything that we will do in partnership together. And if you want to figure out how to get involved in our campaign, just visit peggyflanagan.com. Gitchi miigwech for all of your work. Big thank you. I'm honored and humbled to be on this call with so many fighters and with all of these members all across the country and folks like Miss Evelyn who are just doing the damn thing. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor Flanagan. First of all, we are honored to experience just even these last few minutes with you. It is not easy working to make the lives of people better, but we are grateful to have leaders like you showing up for us and showing us exactly how it is done and speaking truth to power. So thank you for your race. Thank you for your work that you've already done, that you will do, and we got your back. So please, everyone, please share your thanks in the chat for the Lieutenant Governor. Thank you so much again for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
So much heart for you. Thank you. In this work, there are many voices, folks, many voices, many perspectives. Earlier this evening, we heard from journalist Don Lemon. We heard from actress Jennifer Lewis, big fan, exhorting us to dig in, to vote, and to keep going. Our next guests are at the forefront of digital strategy and social media, and I'm excited for you to hear from them. So I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Evelyn. Over to you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Evelyn Wilroy. I lead our social media and content work here at Move On. I'm so excited to introduce Move On's Creator Program and share how we'll further amplify the essential work of the election program. We have been developing and innovating this Creator Program for years, and we're proud to be bringing this iteration to life in a moment when this work matters more than ever. Here are the 3 key components of our program this year. If you're here, you know everything is political. The foodie influencer is impacted by the cost of groceries rising. Equipment just got a lot more expensive for the gaming streamers. The elementary school teacher who does day in the life videos is being impacted by ICE raids in a very personal way. And we've seen these content creators who don't normally speak up about politics speaking up. Under the violence of this Trump administration, they are reminding us that these are issues that impact all of us. So this election cycle, in addition to partnering with political content creators, as we did last cycle, we will be working with all types of niche creators who are values aligned and want to use their platform to organize towards a future we all deserve, starting with midterms. In addition to working with creators with national audiences, we'll also partner with creators who are located in key electoral districts. Not only will this help us to speak directly to voters where it matters most, but the local creators we'll partner with will be working alongside our MoveOn volunteers on the ground to bring folks from online to offline action taking. This will be an exciting collaboration with what the organizing team has planned. And lastly, we will be giving creators the tools they need to cultivate and expand their network with other creators where they live in order to build long-term political power through community building. To expand upon this more, I'd like to toss it over to Gabi Zutrow, who has been a key partner with us on this work for several years.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gabi Zutrow. I'm a digital strategy advisor to campaigns and organizations with expertise in social media, and I also have a background in community organizing. And also in a very different lane, I'm also a content creator in the pet niche. My dog is a famous influencer, Edna the Runt on all platforms. And I also recently consulted on Zoran Mamdani's mayoral campaign, helping them turn online energy into offline action and taking a supporting role in their creator and influencer engagement work. When people don't have faith in politicians or traditional media, but they do watch a creator that they love every single day, that creator becomes a gateway to people who we might not otherwise ever be able to reach. People who have opted out of civic engagement or people who haven't been politically activated yet. And that's why MoveOn is making this investment in creators as force multipliers. MoveOn will be giving creators opportunities to gather with each other, build a social fabric on their home turf, and also take action in their communities and truly participate in on-the-ground work of doing democracy building in the areas where they live. And MoveOn is not just parachuting in, they're activating creators as organizers and giving them opportunities to build with one another. So now we're going to talk to Josh Green, who you might know as Josh the Progressive across all social media platforms. And Josh, I just want to ask you what you think the role of creators and influencers is in this election cycle as we approach the midterms.
Thank you so much for having me. And yes, the role is going to be huge and different for every creator, every outlet. But this is new media. This is the evolving ecosystem of communication and messaging. And people trust us, frankly, because we are regular people also concerned about the country, also dealing with the stress and the challenges that we face. And that is exactly why I got into this, purely out of concern for the country. And I felt like there wasn't a media company out there getting the word out properly. There wasn't a democratic organization doing the work that creators should be doing, which is helping elected officials who are actually fighting get the word out, helping expose the corruption and lies from some of these MAGA extremists, for example, and pushing back on the misinformation and the fake news that we see so often in this country. So that is my role in this ecosystem. That is why I am so excited for what's to come as we approach the midterms and the 2028 elections as well.
Well, thank you so much, Josh, for joining us. I'm so excited to see MoveOn taking creator engagement seriously and making this kind of investment in our new media ecosystem.
All right. Thank you, Evelyn, Gabby, and Josh. Folks, listen, we do a lot of listening to our members, to all of you. And one of the consistent messages that I've observed is that people in these times want tangible, real ways to start to chip away at that unified, unchecked power that Donald Trump and the Republicans have over the system. So if you go right now to moveon.org/take action, you will find tangible ways to stop that. So again, go to moveon.org/take action and you will find those tangible ways. Our final guest this evening is running for Senate in the great Mitten state of Michigan. Dr. Abdul El-Sayed is a physician and former public health director running for Michigan's open U.S. Senate seat. His progressive platform focuses on Medicare for all, environmental justice, and a strict pledge to reject corporate PAC money. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, Dr. El-Sayed. Welcome and thank you. How are you this evening?
Thank you so much, Chris. It is such a privilege to be with you. I'm honored to be here, honored to earn the support. I wanted to share with you exactly what it is that's at stake. I'm on Mackinac Island. If you've never been to Michigan, it's this little island in the middle of the Straits of Mackinac, right between the upper and lower peninsula. And right now, this beautiful part of our Great Lakes, 21% of the world's fresh water, there is an oil pipeline that runs underneath it. Anything that happens to that pipeline means that we leak crude oil right into one of the most sensitive waterways in the world. And that is a function of a system of politics that tells us that we have to bend to corporate power. And that's exactly what we're running to take on. Now, look, I was never supposed to be a politician. I wanted to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor because I could go 15 hours to my family's native Egypt or 15 minutes into the city of Detroit or city of Pontiac, and I would travel a 10-year life expectancy gap. And I don't think it should matter the color of your skin. I don't think it should matter where you grow up, what you or your parents do for work. You deserve a long, healthy life in the richest, most powerful country in the world. Rebuilt Detroit's health department, led Wayne County's Department of Health, Human and Veteran Services. We did things like guarantee children glasses, a program that's now done 50,000 pairs of glasses across our state. Stood up to some of the biggest corporate polluters in our state. Put Narcan and vending machines for free in 100 different locations across our county. Put up air quality monitors. Built programs to provide new small businesses free health insurance, and then eliminated upwards of $700 million of medical debt for 300,000 families. But y'all, just shouldn't be this hard. It should not be this hard. And when we learned that our current U.S. Senator was retiring, I had to ask myself, where's the fight for the public's health now? As I watched as they froze some of the most important programs that we run. And so we're running a campaign to get money out of politics, put money in your pocket, and pass Medicare for all. And we're doing it up and down our state, building conversations, building a movement of people to take on the corrupt politics of the past, to build the hopeful politics of the future. That's exactly what MoveOn's been fighting for such a long time. I gotta tell you, in this moment right now, a lot of folks are gonna try and tell us, oh, this is too important an election. They're gonna try and tell us what we cannot have and should not fight for. Tell us that, we can fight for healthcare, just not now. We can get money out of politics, just not now. It's too important. We got to play not to lose. We've been playing not to lose in our state, playing not to lose across this country for too long. And when you play not to lose, guess what happens? Too often you lose. And so for me, it's personal. I got two little girls at home. They're 8 and 3, ethnically half Egyptian like me, ethnically half Indian like their mom, where they get the looks, thank God, and 100% American. Those little girls are growing up in an America where they may have fewer rights than their immigrant grandparents had when they took a bet on this place, with all these truths to be self-evident that all men should say people are created equal, government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And I know we've never quite gotten there, but we've never moved backwards as fast. We got an opportunity, I think, to think beyond the limitations of this politics. And across the state, you could be in VFW halls in Escanaba or a church in Detroit or a living room in Grand Rapids, and people say the same thing. It shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be as hard to afford your groceries. It shouldn't be this hard to know that you got rights as a renter, or ever believe you could own a home if you're under 40, or stay in your home if you're over 65. It shouldn't be this hard to keep working the same job tomorrow you worked yesterday and know you got union rights. It shouldn't be as hard to see a doctor. And it's that movement that we build around the things that we need and deserve together that is going to be able to secure those basic freedoms that we need in this country. And I'll tell you, we can have nice things. We just can't do it alone. And it's going to require us to be able to build bridges across the divides they tell us we can't breach, of race, of faith, of geography, of socioeconomic position, of sexual orientation, gender identity, to build those things together. That's what this movement's about. That's what MoveOn's been about for a very long time. I'm just so honored to earn your support. Looking forward to working with our colleagues up and down this country to be able to build the kind of America that we leave to our kids and say that we did what we could with what we had in a moment when democracy itself was on the line. So thank you for leading this fight. Honored to be in it with you. Grateful to have the time.
Thank you so much for being with us. And I have to say, I'm over in Illinois, and I got some family members up in Michigan. I'm about to call them tonight. Okay, as soon as this is over, I'm on the phone. I was like, get y'all ass up. Okay, forget me. Thank you so much, Dr. El-Sayed, for being with us. And as my family would tell me, keep on keeping on in this race. Keep on keeping on, because we need voices like you. We need you. So please keep on keeping on. And thank you so much for being with us tonight. Really appreciate your time.
We're grateful for you, and I'll tell you, we need better than you.
There you have it. Let me tell you, I can't wait to get off this call to call people. I am calling them. Friends, there you have it. When we win in November by the biggest margin possible, it will send a message to Trump and his cronies and his Republican allies that their movement of unchecked power is over and that we, the people, are here to rein them in. And we will achieve this with each of you here tonight and the millions more Move On members around the country. So our special thanks again to our guests, Don Lemon, Jennifer Lewis, Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, Brad Lander, Cori Bush, William Lawrence, Gabby Zutro, Josh the Progressive, Miss Evelyn, Dr. El-Sayed, and each of you for being with us tonight. Thank you. Remember, go to moveon.org/take action. Right now, you can sign up and get involved. Not only that, you can send this link to all your friends and family. I know that you've had conversations with them over the last year and a half about the state of this country, so you could tell them about a way that they can go from talking to taking action. We are the ones that we have been waiting for. We are our own Calvary. So I am glad to be in this work with you. I am glad to be in this fight with you. And let me tell you what, I will see you in the work. Thank you so much for being with us. Good night, everybody.